During our discussion with UCLA head men's basketball coach Mick Cronin, he gave us insight on how social media is impacting players today.
It's harder to keep your players in the right mental state now because they all have cell phones and everybody wants to know why they didn't shoot more. You know, very few players have parents that are sending them, or friends that are text messaging them, why didn't you rebound better? You didn't get back on defense. Why'd you take a bad shot? You know, so but in defensive players, and this is where social media to me has been really hard, and where I think has been toughest on society, criticism of young kids. Okay, like I've literally had some players on really good teams that are doing exactly what I thought they could do. They're trying, they care about their team, they're playing their role, they're being a star in their role. And I can see their the emotional effects, like something's not right. And I can see it, you know, so we always try to have my assistants, I'd break them, you know, make sure you're talking to him, you know, because the kids will be maybe more forthcoming, comfortable with my staff than with me when we all have, you know, big staffs now. So not as much as football's got 37 guys in college, but on the staff. So I would say mental state is so important. You got to communicate with your guys, but you got to be at the high level at UCLA. But even it's crazy, like they have blogs now and stuff talking about your local high school. You know, ripping that coach, ripping kids. How'd we lose? I went to LaSalle High School in Cincinnati. Like when my brother told me that, I couldn't believe it. You know, that they had that stuff. So that's really hard. Because I tell my guys, don't read that stuff, but that's literally like telling them not to eat. Because for a kid that's grown up, you have to realize, it was like I had to train, like, I don't know what year it was, but at some point, Darren explained that this was a factor and a kid was going through this. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, who reads that stuff? Like, I would never waste. I tell my dad, quit reading that stuff. If we win, I'm a good coach. If we lose, I stink. Let's just be honest. And if we don't win by enough, I probably stink too. So why even turn it on? But kids, that's who they are. That's what they've grown up in that world. It's really important though. I've like at my place in sports, when you're at a very high profile situation, is to make sure you understand like that. Like, so like I'm thinking about strategy during the season and, you know, my own team dynamics but the individual, okay, does he feel like he's letting his family down because he's not playing well enough to get drafted? Financial aspect. Is he publicly is being scrutinized? Meanwhile, you know, he's a talented young freshman. I think he's doing fine. Like, I knew he was going to struggle. He's a freshman. Freshmen tend to shoot a little bit lower percentage. They make some more mistakes, you know, and it's tougher at UCLA because we've had some of the best freshmen ever. So, you know, the expectation is way out of whack for some high-rated freshmen at our place. So you have to really try to help them through it. Like, really, like that's one area I think I've become a much better coach is just being in tune with guys, trying to help them through the expectations of others. And I try to talk to them all the time about, you know, you can only run your own race.